Good evening. I'm the Reverend Nancy Fuller, and welcome to my front porch in August. A beautiful August evening, and I wanted to show you my roses, which I love, and bring you into my heart by showing you what I love. And so I'm so pleased this evening to be able to welcome you to Spiritual Unity Movement, our full moon meditation. You're in for a treat tonight. We always have wonderful full moon meditations, and tonight all of our board members are speaking from the heart. We're glad that we can do this virtual ceremony and bring it to you each month. So tonight, this full moon in August, we are here to radiate and receive spiritual energy. I think at this time on the planet, it is needed more than ever before. For all of us, this has been an interesting time. The pandemic, being sheltered in place, bringing you a full moon ceremony from my front porch, this is a first. But we know at this time each month we gather with other like-minded people all over the planet that go out to do ceremony and look at the full moon and receive and radiate that beautiful full moon energy. And so that's what we will do tonight. Tonight is special in that each one of the board members are just speaking from the heart. And I wanted to just do that for a minute also. And also tell you that if you do have a prayer request or want to send a prayer to Spiritual Unity Movement to be put on our prayer list, please do that. Our email address is on our Facebook page and also in our website. As you know, we are a non-profit, all volunteer organization. And so tonight, as you see, each of these board members know that we are just volunteering our time so that we can bring you this beautiful meditation. And I think tonight, more than ever before, meditation is so important. To have a practice, a meditation practice, whether it's like you might see tonight with Burl drumming, or you just sit in silence, even for 5 minutes, I think it is more imperative than ever to have this time to breathe and meditate. So our organization is over 44 years in the making. And I would just think during this time that it's amazing that we've moved it inside, into our homes, into our hearts more than ever, and we're still bringing you these full moon meditations. It's been over 20 years since we've been doing them monthly, and they truly are a labor of love for every one of us that's on the board. I facilitate as the Vice President of Spiritual Unity Movement, and you will see, I thank everyone tonight that is a volunteer with our beautiful organization. Just know that we are here for you, we are here for one another, that when we reach out, and even in a ceremony such as this that will be online, it is a magnificent, beautiful experience. So I just want to thank everyone for participating tonight. I want to thank you for joining us, for viewing with us, for looking at these beautiful images and meditating with us and going through the candle ritual that will come up and the music that will be played tonight. It's all going to be very beautiful. So I think that I just want you to know that You are a spiritual being. Your essence existed long before you came to this planet and will be here long after you leave your body. We are love incarnate. And so with knowing that, I would just like to move on to this ceremony and introduce our treasurer, our beautiful yoga instructor, Liz Curran, who will bring you a beautiful message from the moon.
Hi. So for those of you that don't know me, my name is Liz. Spiritual Unity Movement has been my home for about 15 years. I've sat on our board most of that time, and I've been the treasurer for over a decade. What I have found here is a group of like-minded people interested in promoting peace and healing through movement, meditation, and knowledge. For me, there's something very special about this group and this movement. It's non-judgmental, open-minded, and curious, right? It's a very grounding place in the world which seems a little confused right now. You know, when I arrived here, I was a little lost, and uncomfortable. And I will tell you that I feel comfortable now almost all of the time, everywhere I go. And Spiritual Unity Movement played a big role in that for me. Right now, our world and her inhabitants are scared and unsure. We're experiencing something that most of us have never experienced in our lifetime. And I feel like now more than ever, it feels important to connect with the heart, right? My heart, your heart, our heart. Finding peace is especially imperative now. And this place, these people, you help me do that every single day. I believe it's vital to participate in community, ceremony, and ritual. I hope you find here what I have found, right? Which is support and love and acceptance and a creative way of expressing and participating in healing and love and spirituality that is all-inclusive, right? We meditate locally to heal globally. We want to help make the world a better place. We want to help you find peace so that you can project that out into the world. That's what we're all about, and that is what I have found here. The full moon is a powerful time, right? This full moon in September, also known as the harvest moon, is in Pisces while the sun is in Virgo. The moon is a time of culmination and the promise of things that were started in the new moon. It's an emotional time. It's a time of romance and fertilization and relationships. The full moon is a good time to let go of things that are no longer serving you. Behaviors, old thought patterns and habits, harmful actions, whatever is not intended for your highest good. Flashes of insight and a stronger intuition can guide you in making quick decisions now. Follow your instincts. You should feel comfortable expressing the more unique side of your personality. The Virgo-Pisces axis is, the polarity of the Virgo-Pisces is about service, right? It deals with the balance between the day-to-day functions of routine, physical health, the need for order and justice, which is Virgo, and the vision, spiritual health, disorder, and the infinite, which is Pisces. Virgo rules our personal set of tools and techniques that we use to deal with day-to-day life, while Pisces rules the tools and techniques that we use for spirituality. And how appropriate at this full moon that we're taking time to share with you our connection to Spiritual Unity Movement and our take on spirituality and what this group means to us. Pisces is a water sign with great sensitivity and empathy. The harvest moon may encourage greater awareness and perception of the feelings of others, as well as increasing our imagination. We may be inclined to be more passive. However, if we maintain our connection to spirit, we will enjoy a greater sense of connection to the divine. As you move through the next few days, be kind to yourself and others. Know that everyone is doing the best they can. We have the ability to project peace out into the world, one breath at a time. We look forward to hearing from you. So please feel free to comment as we move through this evening, or email us, or go onto our Facebook page and share your experiences. You know, we want to know. This is a participatory event, and obviously it's changed a little because of the situation that we're in, but we can make it work together, right? This is what we do, right? We are up for this challenge. So I would like to now introduce Dina, who is our ceremonial director. She will be leading us in our opening rituals. Thank you so much for being here and allowing me to share a little bit of myself with you. Namaste.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us for this opening ritual. We begin our full moon meditation this evening with an invocation. Dear Father, Mother, God, and Goddess, be with us here now. Hold this space sacred from which we may do our work. Open our hearts to your golden light, that we may radiate love into the hearts of all. Open our minds to your divine knowing, that we may radiate understanding into the minds of all. Open our spirits to your infinite presence, that we may radiate awareness into the hearts of all. One heart, one mind, one spirit, unlimited and undivisible. Be still and know, I am God. Acknowledging that spirit is one, and the paths to God are many. In our opening ritual, we will honor the world's religions and the many names of God with a quote from each religion on the topic of love. A bell will be rung and a candle lit as the name of divinity is sounded for each of the major religions of the world, after which we will sound the Om. Om is an ancient sacred tone, a deepening. Sounding the Om allows an intoning of grace, balance, and empowerment. There is no right or wrong way. We simply relax into our own tone and open to the nuances of this sacred sound as it moves through us. Our opening ritual will conclude with all of us in our own space, in our own way, sounding the Om several times, each on our own note and in our own time, in a continuing free-form rhythm, creating a tapestry of beautiful healing sound that, even though we're not here in the same space together, will be heard in the universe as a symphony. We honor all religions as expressions of the one God, Great Spirit, Divine Essence. May the wellspring of love find in us an unimpeded channel. Om. In the sacred tradition of Taoism, the Tao, Spirit arms us with love. Om. In the sacred tradition of Hinduism, Ishvara, Shiva, Vishnu, Brahma, one best worships the Lord through love. Om. Om. And the sacred tradition of Buddhism, Lord Buddha, cultivate a heart of love. Om. 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 In the tradition of the sacred feminine, the goddess in all her forms, the divine mother loves, nurtures, and sustains all. Om. Om. In the sacred tradition of Judaism, Adonai Elohim, you shall love the Lord your God with all your heart and your neighbor as yourself. Om. Om. In the sacred tradition of Christianity, God the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. God is love. Om. 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 In the sacred tradition of First Nations, peoples of all lands, love is the medicine that holds all life together. Om. Om. In the sacred tradition of Islam, Allah, this is love. To fly toward a secret sky, to cause 100 veils to fall each moment. Om. Om. In the sacred tradition of all other religions. And you may now together say any additional names of divinity that you would like to invoke at this time. Me otanaye shonuwaye. Om. 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 Hi, my name is Dina. I have been a member of Spiritual Unity Movement now since 2007, and I was introduced to Spiritual Unity Movement by Reverend Patrick Harbula, who came to visit the Antelope Valley CSL, which was the Church of Religious Science at the time, where I was attending, and he mentioned this group that he was the president of that spent their time meditating for healing for the planet. I'm like, sign me up. I mean, that's what I was looking for. I had been reading the Self-Same Prophecy, and I was on the Secrets of Shambhala, and in the Secrets of Shambhala, they talk about this group of adepts and nuns and priests and holy men and women of all sorts who are in a cave in the mountains and in the Himalayan mountains, and they're looking out through this mirror of some dimensional sort out into the world and correcting things, helping to influence the lifting of the energy on the outside world. And I wanted to do that. I wanted to be part of that. I wanted to help make a change, a positive change in the world, and Spiritual Unity Movement offered that. So I joined, and I've been with this group of amazing people ever since. We have done quite a bit when it comes to creating ceremony, inviting others to create ceremony. All of our ceremonies are available online for anyone who would like to recreate what we have done in your own form, wherever you are. You're welcome to go to our website, www.spiritualunitymovement.org, and you will find those instructions on how to create rituals, ceremonies, and all of what we do. We are expanding as the world changes and offering classes. We're creating classes for Zoom right now, and I'm looking forward to that. Currently, we're doing the prosperity course that Mary Morrissey offers, and it's been a huge change and shift for me personally because I teach the class, but I'm also a student of the class, and I have seen great miracles happen in my life over this last 10 weeks. And another board member has also taken the course, and she loves it so much she's decided that she's going to start facilitating the class as well. So it's a very exciting time, I think, even though we're going through for what for some people looks like uncertainty. For me personally, it's very certain. It's very certain. I'm confident of the outcome of this, and I know that with all of us remembering the truth that we have the power to create the world we live in, we have that power. All we have to do is utilize it. And if we don't know how to do it, to find those who do to help us remember. Because no one needs to teach us, but they can help remind us who we are. They can help us remember why we're here. And all of us are here to wake up and remember why we're here. So, wake up! Welcome to this beautiful ceremony, sharing from the heart. One more thing about my family, I have 3 amazing grandchildren as well. All girls, all teenagers, all here on this planet to make a huge change. And I'm so excited about what that change looks like. This is why I'm certain. Don't be afraid out there because you don't know what's going to happen. Know in your heart that when you choose for yourself the best, and you give the best of yourself, you will receive the best back. Be the best, enjoy the best, live the best. I love you, and so it is. Thank you for your time. Bye-bye.
Please join me in the Om Shanti, a quick version of it. Let there be peace in my mind. Let there be peace in the earth. Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Shanti Om. 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 Om, Om Shanti, Om. Peace within my mind. Peace within my mind. God and only God is moving me. Peace within my mind. God and only God I live to see. Peace within my mind. God and only God is moving me. Peace within my mind. God and only God I live to see. Peace within my heart. Peace within my heart. God and only God is moving me. Peace within my heart. God and only God I live to see. Peace within the earth. Peace within the earth. God and only God is moving me. Peace within the earth, God and only God I live to see. Peace within the earth, God and only God is moving me. Peace within the earth, God and only God I live to see. Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Shanti, Om. 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 Om Shanti, Om. Om Shanti, Om. Hi, Florence Mercurio Riggs here. Thank you for coming. We love that you're here online with us at spiritualunitymovement.org. I'm going to talk to you about using your voice in an improvisational way to balance your chakras. It's easy. You don't have to be a singer. You don't even have to have a good ear. You just have to know high or low. And so we know what the vowel sounds are in English, A, E, I, O, U. If we were pronouncing them in the Spanish or the Latin derivative, it would be A, E, I, O, U. In order to balance the chakras, we're going to switch those over a little bit. So we're going to start with the sound of E, and then E, A, O, U. So I'm going to show something to you. Starting from the root chakra, we're combining the 5 vowels with the 7 chakras. So it would be U, O, I, E. Now I know that the words are going down, but the voice goes up. And then to reverse that, yes, we're going to reverse those vowels, and they will be from the more narrow vowel, the E vowel, into the deeper, darker vowel. So it would be E-O. Here we actually see it as you're going to work with it. So here we go. Oh, wait, before we do that, let's warm up a little bit. Can you bubble with your lips? Can you move your tongue around? And can you look up and look down and look sideways and move around a little bit and loosen up your instrument? I'm being silly. Okay, here comes the serious part now. So we're going to start with the chakras from the root to the crown. So the first chakra is the root, then you have the belly, I almost said solar system, solar plexus, heart, throat, brow, and crown. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you make your voice start low, and then you just slide it up slowly till you get to the E vowel. And you are using your hands like this and just moving all the way up from the root chakra past your crown. So let's do that again. U, O, A, A, E. U, O, A, E. And then let's reverse it. Let's ground ourselves. So we're starting from sky and going to earth. And once more. Let's play with it. Ah, ah, ah. That's the heart chakra. E, E, E. And then the root chakra. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ah, ah, ah. E, E, E. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ooh, magic little word in there. From the crown chakra down, it's yao. The word is yao in slow motion. Yao. And the word from the root chakra to the crown chakra is what? It's a question. Why? Why? Yao. So the question is why, and the answer is yao. So play with that a little bit. If you are feeling stressed, if you are feeling under everything that we've been going through in this world now, and you can't really sing, and you don't want to do the chakras, and you're waiting at a red light, you can just say E and then U, and do them in slow motion. That's what I did when we began. So the E is going to bring you from the higher harmonics, and then the U goes into the lower harmonics. And if you do it in slow motion, guess what? You're singing harmonics. Whether you hear them or not, they are there. They're always there. So, and you can choose any note that you like. Thank you so much. I hope you've enjoyed this little version of chakra balancing. Bye-bye.
Hello, I am Kathleen Ale, and I am the volunteer coordinator of the Spiritual Unity Movement. As a compassion fatigue and a pet loss grief recovery specialist, I have spent the majority of my career dealing with trauma, death, and dying. The calls that I typically receive from people in need have unfortunately nearly doubled due to the amount of losses that we are being forced to deal with because of the pandemic. The COVID-19 virus has caused an unprecedented amount of trauma and grief, as well as anxiety and fear throughout the world. Many of the losses are unique, making them even more stressful and potentially traumatic. Trauma involves feeling powerless, whether it's real or imagined, to a threat to your life or safety, or to a threat to a loved one's life or safety. It can also affect your ability to cope and your feelings of being powerless. Those of us who live in California are no strangers to the devastating effects of earthquakes. However, we also know that the duration of the quakes and most natural disasters is a matter of minutes. Not so of the COVID-19 virus. What makes it even more difficult than most natural disasters is that we cannot fathom how long it will last. It is also causing great psychological effects. It is associated with increased numbers in depression, insomnia, loneliness, anxiety, social isolation, sense of uncertainty and fear, and it has stolen even our daily routines. Also our social connections, in many cases our employment and our retirement plans. Worst of all, there is an increased risk in suicidal behavior. We have not been able to enjoy our favorite restaurants or favorite stores. We can't go to the gym. We can't get our hair or nails done. We can't even send our children to school. We can no longer accompany our beloved pets into the veterinary hospitals. Instead, we are told to wait in our cars in parking lots while someone from the hospital comes out and drags them in. This is incredibly traumatizing to most pets, which in turn traumatizes us. We can no longer go to the games to support our favorite sports teams, support our friends or loved ones that are hospitalized, and worse yet, those that are dying. There is no one for many people who are dying now to bear witness. We can't celebrate the birth of a new family member the way we used to, and many women are being forced to give birth without a partner or a friend or a family member nearby. We can't support each other in the grieving the way that we used to. Funerals are just a sad, sad shell of what they used to be. Many important celebrations and transitions, even the happy ones, can no longer be celebrated in the same way. Weddings and proms and graduations, confirmations, birthdays, bar mitzvahs, bat mitzvahs, and spiritual retreats have all been canceled. We have constraints on nearly all that we do, which can be highly distressing. Many people are grieving the loss of even knowing what to expect, and are confused and are stressed out about not knowing what they should do in certain situations. Several are sadly dealing with the loss of their homes, their sense of security, and their financial stability. We can no longer take for granted that the food and household items that we need or desire will be on the shelves of our local grocers. And there's an uncomfortableness that has been expressed to me by many. Just going to the grocery store, not just for the fear of contagion, but because most people don't know what is normal right now. Where am I supposed to stand? When am I supposed to walk up to the register? It's confusing, and we often find ourselves feeling uncomfortable, anxious, and trying to second guess the protocol. With nearly all areas of our lives being affected by the pandemic, my question to you is, what can we do right now to help ourselves? The first thing I think of is to make a difference in the quality of another being's life. When we help others, we help ourselves. We can also meditate, do yoga, practice staying present and in the moment. We can do some deep or calming breaths. We can get out into nature, which is something that is highly therapeutic for me. We could utilize any of our creative outlets, but most of all, I think besides helping another being, we can also embrace and concentrate on what we still do have and what we are grateful for. And just so you know, Liz Curran, Alicia Iyengar, and I are in the process of writing a workbook to assist in getting others through the COVID-19 virus with the least amount of negative ramifications. Please take good care of yourselves, for you are precious. And now it is my distinct pleasure to introduce to you our wonderful Burl Bowlerjack, who will be doing our meditation this evening. May all beings be free from suffering.
Hi, my name's Burl, and I'll be leading the World Healing Meditation tonight using a drum. Working with the drum, like pretty much all meditation techniques, uses a focus for the conscious mind, something to occupy it, something it can hold on to, so that it stops listening to that voice in our head that chatters away all day. Deprived of conscious attention by this focus, the chatterbox will quiet down and become still. In that moment of stillness, I experience a sense of expanded awareness, connection to a greater whole, which is the essence of meditation for me. I encourage you to now close your eyes, take a deep breath. As you release, just allow all the stress and tension of the day to flow away with that breath. Once more, a nice deep breath. And release, allowing yourself to sink deeper into relaxation. Now just breathe normally, and with each exhalation, feel yourself slipping deeper into relaxation. Focus on listening. Give the drum 100% of your conscious attention. Ignoring the chatterbox, allowing it to quiet down and become still. Focus on listening. Let the drum take you there. up your heart and allow healing energy to flow through and radiate out into your own life, the lives of those you care about. And out across the planet, healing all who are in need. We are healing our planet from the inside. Now take a deep breath. As you exhale, become aware of your body, sitting in meditation. And whenever you're ready, open your eyes, alert and aware. Here. And now. Namaste. Tonight, in addition to performing a segment of the ceremony, the SUM board members will be adding a segment called Speaking from the Heart. This is my personal take on what's going on in our world today and what it means to me. Many of us have been aware for years that the human race and indeed our planet, Mother Gaia herself, are going through a transformation. The signs have been all around us, though progress has seemed excruciatingly slow. What's going on now in our world could be interpreted as a trigger accelerating this rate of change. There are a number of factors contributing to this perfect storm. First of all is the pandemic, where around the world hundreds of millions are losing their ability to take care of their families and protect them. The second factor is the ongoing protests against racial and gender inequality and bias. The third factor is global climate change, which is forcing us to rethink the way we live and how we treat each other and the planet. I recently attended a shamanism conference where shamans and medicine men and women from around the world, representing many of the indigenous cultures, were speaking of stories from their history that spoke of this coming day. The great turning in which structure of our lives, the practices, beliefs, and institutions that have served us well for so long are falling apart. A large portion of the human race has lost its connection to nature. the experience of being part of a unity, a oneness, all connected, everything impacting everything else. We rape and pillage the planet Earth and abuse each other based on this disconnect. The transformation I'm speaking of is a reconnection to this sense of being part of it all, recovering a sense of connectedness and oneness. Those of us at SUM have been doing this for some time through our individual practices, classes, workshops, and the SUM World Healing Meditations itself. Amplifying and reaffirming these connections and guiding others to do the same. We know that the universe is alive and all is one. Millions of people are now entering a collective dark night of the soul. Something has happened which forces them to take action. The comfortable, normal, everyday lives have been altered, and they can no longer live in existing conditions. The challenge then for those of us who are already gone through some form of this transformation is finding a way to support others in reconnecting with this sense of we're all in this together and rediscovering their own power. Thank you. And now I'd like to welcome Frank Williams with closing words.
Thank you, Burrow. I'm Frank Williams, President of Spiritual Unity Movement. I'd like to thank everybody for viewing tonight, and I hope you enjoyed this evening's ceremony. Also, I'd like to take a few moments now to thank each one of the board members for all their time and effort for putting all the videos together. I'd also like to thank Lynn and Kabbalah for their time and their precious dedication to the Spiritual Unity Movement. Spiritual Unity Movement's been in operation for over 45 years, and we are going to continue going strong, and we are going to keep going on as long as we have your support. And speaking of your support, we are a 501c3 nonprofit organization, and all your donations and tithing goes to help keep us going and to help keep everything moving forward. So I'd like to thank each and every one of you for all your tithes and donations. And if you are looking to set up tithe or donations, you can contact our treasurer, Liz, and I will make sure that the email is at the end of this video with her email address on there, so you can email her and set up tithing if you like. Our up and coming ceremony is with Barry Fleet, and the theme of our ceremony is Healing Across the Land. And Barry Fleet is a well-known speaker. You're not going to want to miss that. This is going to be next month on YouTube, so be sure to join us. And now I'd like to introduce Arlene Erickson. She's going to be doing our closing rituals and speaking from the heart. And thank you very much, and have a good evening.
Hi, I'm Arlene Erickson. I've been a member of the Spiritual Unity Movement, I guess it's about 8 years now, and I've been on the board about 6 years. The Spiritual Unity Movement to me is my spiritual family. I didn't feel like I had a family where I fit in until I joined this group. And I have found sisters and brothers from past lifetimes that I'm connecting back up with. So that's very exciting to me. It makes me feel loved and wanted and cherished. And that's hard to find in these times, in these days. As as a member of the family, I've learned that I am a co-creator with the universe, that I can get what I want just by asking, because I deserve to have what I want. We've recently been studying a course called Prosperity Plus. It is was the most amazing course and taught me how to change my thinking so that I could manifest what I wanted. I would not have learned that if it hadn't been for Spiritual Unity Movement. I'm progressing to the next course. One of the gals, Dina, my sister from another lifetime, we are building a business together. We're building prosperity classes together that we can teach for others. We can pass on the joy and the love that we have and the knowledge that we know anything is possible in this universe if you ask for it. Okay. And just today I realized, I couldn't sit around on my butt and not do anything if I wanted my life to change. So I pass that on to you. It's important. We are co-creators, and so we have to take a step forward. Nothing's going to be handed to us. Nothing was going to be handed to me on a silver platter unless I got up and made a choice and took the first step, which is what I did in attempting to buy a car, which I'm in the process of doing. But I would not have done that if it hadn't been for Spiritual Unity Movement. I would have sat around thinking that I had to drive a 20-year-old car till it was 40 years old. That's not the case. When I asked for a car that I thought I wanted, and I said, and something better, well, the car I thought I wanted, I didn't want. And the something better was right down the street and had everything that I wanted. That's what comes from asking and taking the first step. And I welcome you now to take the first step and join us and learn how to manifest your dreams with this family that gives you unconditional love and support. How many of you have ever had unconditional love and support? Love always comes, to me, love always came with conditions. You'd be so good at if you only did this. I never hear that from SUM. And I invite you to join us so that you can heal and grow and feel as cherished as I do. I hope to see you soon. Thank you. As we come to the close of our full moon ceremony, let us take a moment to savor the healing energy that has been generated this evening. Remember, as you set your own light to shine, you simultaneously give others permission to do the same. Clearly, knowing yourself as an instrument of light, a being of spirit, you add one more grain of sand to the scales that hold the balance for our global future. Know that at a certain point, one grain of sand can tip the scale. You, in this very moment, may be that grain of sand. Let us embody this spiritual power that has been generated and received from the forces of light. Let us focus that energy, allowing it to rise up and pour this blessing out into our world, extending its positive healing effect throughout the awareness of humankind and the consciousness of our planet. I will sound an extended free-form Om. Please feel free to join me from the safety of your home. As the sacred tone pours through you, feel yourself participating, drawing this healing love energy deeply into yourself and sending it out into your life and into our world. As we sound the Om, let us consciously extend our blessings to our planetary life, Mother Earth, including all living species of animals, trees, and plants, air and water, as well as all those in need of healing. For those we would like to include in our healing prayers, we speak their names now, silently or audibly. And with the power, love, and intelligence, let us send out this healing light energy to transform the consciousness of humankind. I'm sending you all the blessings and love from my heart to yours. Enjoy your night. Enjoy your lives. Please join us. Welcome and come home. Thank you very much.